Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day today. I'm very pumped about this video because not only are we going to be applying and swatching and checking out the new Jeffree Star eye gloss powders, which I have been just very curious about. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I've definitely been curious because I love one and done shadows and potted shadows. So this is like right up my alley. But on top of that, we are going to also be putting head-to-head the new Jeffree Star Approved Mascara versus the F-Proof. So if you guys are ready, let's get into this. Welcome back, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Alexandra, and as I said in the intro, I am super excited to share today's video with you guys, especially because the last couple of Jeffree Star launches weren't really the greatest. Like, they weren't my favorites by any means. If you didn't check out my review on the Beauty Killer 2 palette, I will link it up in the cards as well as at the end of the video and down in the description box. It wasn't my favorite palette. I definitely felt like the formula or something was different and has changed with just that eyeshadow palette compared to other palettes of his. So I was very nervous when he announced that he was releasing these eye glosses as well as another mascara, especially because I wasn't the biggest fan of the F-Proof mascara. It was okay. It's a pretty good tubing mascara if I'm being honest, but I don't love all tubing mascaras and I don't love them in all scenarios. You know what I'm saying? So as I said, I was very nervous for this, but I will say, you guys, Jeffree put his foot in these, like all of these. You know what I'm saying? I have to say, maybe the palette wasn't so great because he was busy working on these, because I have tried a ton of one and done shadows. I mean, I have everything from Hourglass, Charlotte Tilbury, Pat McGrath, MAC, Jaclyn Hill's, Urban Decay. I mean, you name it, I have tried it when it comes to single pot, one and done type shadows. From liquid shadows to cream shadows to Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier stick shadows. Again, a lot. And this formula is a very, very special because, and you guys are going to see during the try on portion, but you can apply it with a brush, with a fluffy brush, a dense brush, natural hair, synthetic hair. It doesn't really matter. Each different brush gives you a different type of effect and opacity. Some of them pick up more of the pigment and not so much of the shimmer. I mean, they're gorgeous. So let's very quickly, let me show you guys the shades that I got, some swatches and comparisons, and then we'll get into the try on. So the first shade I got was Voyeurism, which I'm sure you guys can tell I have two different colors on both eyes here. So Voyeurism is a very neutral brown shade. As he said, it's annoying because it's that perfect, you know, one and done, going to work, but I also have dinner afterwards type of shade. You can take it from an everyday wearable look to something more glam. It is a very gorgeous shade and I had to have it. Now, the next shade is Stardacity, which, if I'm being honest, this is the one shade that everyone could probably do without. It's more of a topper shade. It doesn't have as much pigment underneath in the undertone of this shade. So it's gold, but, and I'll show you guys on the swatches compared to like Peach Goddess, it just doesn't have as much opacity. So I didn't actually mean to get this shade. I meant to get Voodoo Glass, but you know, I was clicking really fast and I wasn't paying attention. And then the last shade is the shade that I have on this eye right here. And this is Peach Goddess, which is a peachy gold. And you can definitely see that pinky peach undertone right here on my crease. And again, depending on what type of brush you use, depends on what kind of look you are going to get with this shade and how much of that pinky peach is going to show up for you. So these are all gorgeous. I really want to get Voodoo Glass, which had the gold with the green shift. And I also really want to get that purple one because I have a feeling that that one is going to be stunning. And then the mascaras, well, I'm going to show you guys a side-by-side. We're going to battle these out. So let's just get into it. So let's go ahead and start with Peach Goddess. And as you can see, I do not have any primer or anything on my lid. So we are going to try this with our finger first and just see what kind of a one and done shade these can be. Like, do you need eye primer? Like, you know, is this just going to go on? And it's got pretty good opacity. I really want to test these out with fingers, with brushes, like the whole 9 yards. Okay, so that's actually pretty nice. I still, you know, would use a primer, but you don't have to. Obviously, it is showing up, and that was like one little finger swirl there. So you can definitely build up the opacity of these, as you can see. All right, let's try to pat out the edges a little bit, and then, you know, we'll grab a brush. All right, so that's really, really, really nice. Okay, so the first kind of brush I want to grab is just, you know, little crease definer brush. Everybody's got one of these, and yeah, it looks like it's picking up really nicely. So let's just see if we can get down close to the lash line. Oh, had something black on my eye or on my brush, probably left over from my makeup earlier. But as you guys can see, I mean, or I hope you can see, the brush is applying it just fantastically. It's picking up very easily. I really didn't have to like push down on the brush to get it to pick up. These really are kind of like a gloss, but not. Like, it's definitely powder. And as you can see, like, I mean, I have wrinkles in my eyelids, and it's not really emphasizing them at all, which is insane because most products like these definitely do. All right, so let's use a brush and just see if we can kind of blend out the edges a little bit. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, definitely, like, if you don't know what you're going to wear that day, this would definitely be a really easy one and done shade. I really like the gold on it. The peach is not showing up very well on my particular skin tone because I do have a lot of redness, just naturally. So, but the gold is pretty. Like, the gold is definitely showing up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let me prime my eye, this eye, and we're going to try one of these other shades on a primed eye. So I went ahead and primed this eye with my ABH eye primer, and this time we're going to grab Voyeurism, which is this, like, neutrally brown shade. He called this annoying. So we're going to grab a bigger, fluffier brush, and I promise you it is clean. It's just stained because this is a natural hairbrush, and I just want to see how it picks up on the other one was synthetic. So this is natural, and this is more of a fluffy brush. And as you can see, it's really picking up on there quite nicely. I am impressed at this point because, you guys, listen, I have played with a ton of these one and done shades, which you guys have probably already seen at this point in the video, but if not, you will see. And normally they do not pick up with a fluffy brush at all, like at all. I bet you, just out of curiosity here, this is a Sigma E40. This is a synthetic fluffy brush. Yeah, it's picking up on that too. I mean, actually, that picked up more of the color and not the shimmer. Ooh, that's interesting. Wow. So if you want to blend out the color, get a big, fluffy, like the Sigma E40, like a, you know, synthetic, really good fluffy blending brush. I mean, you guys are seeing this. You guys are watching this live as I'm figuring it out. And it picks up the shade. I wonder if they all do that. Okay. Now I got my little science hat on here. Let's, yes, I just wiped that on my pants. My Sigma switch is covered. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that previous shade. I'm just curious here. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, Jeffree. You put some time into this one, didn't you? Yes, you did. Oh, my. So I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, and obviously this review is not even close to being finished because there's still a couple things that we got to test here, like the mascaras. But if you have been putting off trying Jeffree Star, I'm just saying, I'm mixing up my pots here, that this might be a great time to do so. Just because that is just stupid good. I mean, look, like I said, I've played with a ton of these, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you the amount of these potted shadows and one and done shadows and super shock shadows and all the types of shadows that I have dipped my little fingers and brushes in. And I can tell you right now that, yeah. And that's like, look, check this out. I mean, if you want to amp it up, you just grab a more dense brush. Like, fluffy brush gives you color. Dense brush, bam! Look at that. Look at that. And then, of course, your finger is going to get the most amount of glitter. So you kind of can, like, figure out how much color, opacity, and glitter that you're kind of wanting on your eye. You know, but if you're wanting something a little softer, this shade right here, Voyeurism, and a fluffy brush, girl, like mascara, and you could go to work like this all day, all day. Okay, so I want to see the most intensity here with Voyeurism. So let's put our finger on there. Oh, God, yeah. And then if you want, you know, to go from day to night, bam. Ugh, that is just, that's sick. That's a sick formula. Like, I mean, whew, yes, Jeffree, you spent some time on these. You did. Okay, so I can forgive you for the palette because this is gorgeous. All right, let's try our last shade, which is Stardacity. And I don't even know. Like, I'm so impressed with these. I need to wipe my fingers off. I'm going to go pick up Liam from daycare and my pants are going to be covered in swatches. So let's just see if you can tell Stardacity, you know, apart from Voyeurism, because it's kind of like a gold shift. It doesn't have the peachiness in it that this one does. So let's go ahead and see if these two differ. Oh yeah, so you can definitely see the peach in it now compared to this shade. So this is more of like a, I would say, a brighter topper shade because I'm not really getting, let me just see here. Yeah, so this is definitely more of like a topper shade. It doesn't have that under pigment that the other shades have. I am definitely going back for Voodoo Glass, and I'm definitely grabbing that purple because, ugh. That's just, this is a special formula, you guys. And you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's test out these mascaras. So just to make this nice and fair and even, I got a new F-Proof mascara right here. So we are gonna apply that on the right side. And then the Jeffree Star Approved, we are going to apply on the left side. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys and make you sit here and watch me apply each one to each lash because I do take a little longer to apply my mascara than I guess the average bear. Mainly because I'm, I don't know, a little bit of a perfectionist at heart, I think. But as you can see, I did not curl my lashes. This is just, you know, me waking up out of bed, washing my face, and trying some products for you guys. So with this Jeffree Star F-Proof mascara, you do have to work quickly. So I would work one eye at a time, if you know what I'm saying. So that's one coat. And I'm going to kind of turn my head because I don't know what would be the best angle for mascara. So that's one coat. Let me quickly slap on another and then we'll get to the new one. So here is 3 coats of the F-Proof mascara. Definitely as I started, and I should really say 2.5 coats because as I started trying to put on that 3rd coat, it started to clump up a little bit. So yeah, I do like this as a tubing mascara. It's not my all-time favorite tubing mascara, but it's not the worst ever. This is actually a pretty good mascara. as long as you just do one eye at a time and apply it quickly. I'm very excited about this, however. So these are very similar. However, the F-proof is a little longer, and the actual little whip things at the end of these are softer, and these are a little more stiff, as you guys can see. So, you know, and then this is like a rubbery kind of soft matte type of material. And then of course the brush tip is completely different as well, or the little wand here. So let's go ahead, and I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but it seems like that it's got like a little bit, yeah, it's got like a little bit of an angle. Did it just like bend? I don't know. So yeah, I would definitely say that this is a thicker formula for sure. It's not super wet at all. It's actually a really nice in between. And if you like really, I don't want to say really thick, but thicker type mascara formulas that's not too wet, like you're really gonna enjoy this. It's not, as you can see, giving me like the same type of like spidery lash. Like this is a completely different lash style than this. This is a little bit more natural, but also I will say it's doing a really good job of like getting the base of my lashes, you know what I mean? And like really making sure that they look a little thicker at that base. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good mascara, you guys. I think this is going to be really, really good after a week. You know what I'm saying? You know what mascaras I'm talking about, where they're like this, where they're a little thicker, wetter, and you definitely got plenty of time to play with this too. This is going to be a good one. I think I'm actually probably going to prefer this over the F-proof mascara. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. So here is 3 coats with the Jeffree Star Approved mascara. So we have the F-proof on this side, and then the Jeffree Star Approved on this side. And I will say this definitely gave me more volume, more lift, more curl. This is definitely more of like that spidery lash type of look. I mean, it still looks really good. They're just two totally different mascaras. Like this one you have to work very quickly with. So if you're one of those people that want to just go bam, 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 bam and run out the door, I think this would be more your speed. But if you really like to build mascara up and kind of give it some time in between coats, I think you're really gonna like this one. This is a really, really nice mascara, and I am going to like this one a lot more. And I will say also, this is, as I said, it's a little bit thicker of a formula. It's not too wet. It's not too dry. And I think that this is going to be absolutely perfection here in about a week. So, oh yeah, Jeffree's been busy, but at least, you know, maybe he's been lacking in the palette because he's been putting all his effort towards these little goodies. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me put the rest of my makeup on. And do I want to make my eyes match? I don't know. Let me do the rest of my makeup and then we'll talk some final thoughts. So I got the rest of my makeup on and I've definitely had some time to collect my thoughts, and wow, like that's really all I gotta say. And you guys know, I don't say this very often. I really, really don't. And I've kind of been really hard on Jeffree here lately because I know what he can do. And like the Beauty Killer 2 palette, it's not his best work. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest here. It's not his best work. Okay, but these, you guys, like if you have been waiting to pull the trigger on Jeffree Star and you've just been waiting for that right product, I feel like this is that right product, because these are special. Like these are not like any other formula that I have of this type of one and done potted shade. Like, and now granted, I don't own every single formula out on planet Earth, but I own a lot, okay? And these are special. And what makes these so special is the fact that you can turn around and take your finger and get one type of, you know, like opacity, and then take a fluffy synthetic brush and get more of the color and less of the actual, you know, sparkles and the shimmer. So you get like a different type of opacity. And then, you know, if you use a more like fluffy natural brush, it's like a in-between opacity, you know, and then the same with a dense. Like, it's like you get different type of formulas with each one. And I think the name for these are perfect. Like the fact that it's a gloss powder, because, you know, when you put your brush in it, it's like, is this a liquid? No, it's not a liquid. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like he did a wonderful job with these. And the same thing with the mascara. I like this mascara way better than I like the F-Proof. And I haven't decided if I like it on my bottom lash line yet, but as far as the top of my lashes go, I definitely like it a lot more. But I think this is like more my style mascara. And, you know, again, mascaras are kind of like, you know, it's up to your preference. Everybody's different. What they look for in a mascara is different. So again, if you want something to give you like those spidery type lashes and something that is going to dry very quickly and, you know, again, work one eye at a time type of thing and out the door you go, then I think the F-Proof is going to be your speed. If you want something that you can really build and maneuver and play with, I think this is going to be more your type of speed, and I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like in a week, because I just feel like that week, you know, where it gets a little air in it, and it just, I think it's going to be perfection in about a week. So I definitely feel like this is a good launch to snab. You know, I'm going back for more colors. I'm definitely getting that purple, and as you guys know, I meant to get Voodoo Glass, so I got to go back for that, because I just, all these different shades of gold, they're just absolutely beautiful. The peach one is going to be perfect for this summer. I like the fact that Staracity is more of like a topper, and that's what I would say. This is more of a type of topper shade out of all of them. I would say you could probably steer clear of this one. I think the purple is going to be absolutely beautiful. Voyeurism, if you like those neutral brown, sparkly, you know, adult, going out to dinner type look, I think this is going to be your speed for sure. So yeah, I'm excited to play with these some more, you guys. Very, very excited. So anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm going to, obviously, we got a ton of makeup. If you haven't checked out my Sephora haul, it is up. I've got an Ulta haul coming. We've got a lot of products to play with and test out. And then, of course, till our indie brand. So a lot of things, you guys. So until next time, see ya.